it's a privilege to be in your shoes. It's a privilege to have the life that you have, no matter all the struggles that might be going on. It's every day that we kind of forget, why exactly we're here. And I feel like everybody in their own way has a purpose of some sort that they have to find, but it's up to them to be able to find it. I mean, most times when we have a bunch of shit going on in our lives, we kind of get distracted and we start taking our own life for granted for what we actually have. And I know everybody kind of just talks about this and people get the point. But what I'm trying to make it clear is that you need to really understand like how much of a privilege it actually is to be in the shoes that you're in. Like right now in my life, there's a lot of change going on. There's a lot of, change, major change for me anyways. And it can get stressful at times because you got this thing going on over here, you got this thing going over here, you got this thing going on in 2 weeks. This problem that just came up, this other problem that's coming up, and it can get overwhelming, but it's important to just be able to sit back and understand that even being able to feel those things is a gift. Not everybody gets to be able to feel that. You don't know when exactly your last day is going to be. So treat every day as if it was your last. And obviously, even after you watch this, you'll probably go a week from now and you'll probably take your life for granted again. You won't exactly see the privilege that you have. And that's okay because, as people, we all make mistakes all the time. But what you need to do, though, is try to remember, at least sometimes, that it is a privilege that you're here. It is a privilege that you get to do the things that you want to do. It's a privilege to be able to have a job, get a new job, be able to take opportunities that come up, take advantage of them because they were brought to you. So understand that every feeling, everything that you go through, whether it's good or bad, the fact that you're here, and everything surrounding that whole idea is a privilege. Everything down to your senses and everything down to just you existing. You need to understand how small of a chance that you had to even be here. So the fact that you're even here watching this video right now is a gift. It's a privilege that you're here. So when you look at it through this way and you actually believe it, you can't just like look at it through this way like you kind of know the fact but you don't actually believe it at all. If you actually believe it, then I think you will start heading towards the right direction when it comes in terms of like what you want to do with your life or how you want to treat your life in general. But the trick is, though, you actually have to believe it, though. If you don't, I don't think any change is going to really happen in your life as far as mindset goes. But if you genuinely do believe that, I think you will start thinking more in a positive manner just because think about it. Everything that goes on in your life, well, what do people stress over? People stress over, problems that come up, whether it's with work, with family, friends, whatever it is. Those things is what cause people stress, and those are the things that make people go, it makes people take their life for granted. They understand that even being able to feel that is a privilege. Being able to be angry or stressed is a privilege. Not saying it feels good. I'm just saying the fact you're even able to feel it, though, is the gift. Like I said, even in my situation right now, there's so much change going on within my life that I'm still figuring out. But even I have to remind myself sometimes that it's a blessing that I can even feel those things. It's a blessing that this opportunity came up for me. As much as it is stressful, it is also a very good opportunity for me. The only thing that makes it stressful is just the amount of change that it brings me. So, looking at life and looking at things that come up in your life in this manner, I think it will generally guide you towards a more positive outlook on what goes on in your life. Because a lot of people get so fixated on the bad stuff that happens that they completely forget all the positive and all the good that's ever happened in their life. They'll have 100 positive things happen in their life back to back to back, and then this one little negative thing that happens, and all those 100 positive things are gone. People get so fixated on that. They stay in that position. And the moment they're in that position, they don't let themselves leave. And part of it, I think, is they don't want to leave. They don't want to let go of what already happened. They want to find a way to change it. They want to have an excuse for something, because this and this happened in my past. That means that this and this can't happen in my future. So you have to break that cycle that you're in of giving yourself an excuse or living in your past or whatever it is. I think that is the biggest setback when it comes to people nowadays, is just the fact that they get so fixated on the past experiences. Everybody does it, but some people will literally latch on to a past experience for years, and they don't allow themselves to grow from it. They stay in that position and they just sit there. They go on throughout their day, but they'll hold themselves back because of what happened 5 years ago. You can't be that person if you want to grow in any sense. So, like I said, even when negative things come up, viewing it as more of a privilege instead of a downside, or, your life is ruined or whatever, when you look at it in that way, I think it will definitely help the way you see life as a whole, and especially your life. But like I said, no matter what it is, no matter what comes up, it's a privilege that you're able to feel those things. And I know some situations are more severe than others, but even when the situation is really bad, try your hardest to look at it in that type of lens, because no amount of negativity and just staying in a past experience is going to help you in your future. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to make you feel better. It's not going to make time pass by. It's just going to keep you there. So it's best to just think in a more positive manner. Now, there is going to be situations where it feels like it's impossible to even do that, and it's understandable. But in those cases, just view it as it's just a phase. It's just a phase in your life that eventually will be gone. It's just right now, that's what's happening. And it sounds simple, but some people don't realize that. People think that when these kind of situations come up in their life, they think it's going to be around forever. They might not literally think that, but in their head, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, they still think that that's going to linger on forever. And the truth is, most of the time, it's not. Even when the cases are really bad, because eventually you'll move on and you'll start doing your own thing, and then you'll kind of just, I wouldn't say forget, but you'll kind of just grow from it. It's the people that choose to stay in a past experience that will just sit there and linger, and they won't grow in any way. But other than that, view your life as more of a privilege. View everything that happens as a privilege. The stressful situations, the negative situations, the positives, the non-stressful ones. The ones that bring fun in your life and the ones that bring not so fun. No matter what the situation is, always understand that it's a privilege that you're here. No matter the emotion, no matter what happened, it's a privilege that you're here on this earth. Majority of people can't even say that. The fact that you're even able to watch this is a privilege. That you're even able to experience this, or anything in life. So it sounds kind of, out there, but I generally do think if you really believe what I'm saying, that you will definitely have a more different outlook on life in general. I think you'll definitely start thinking in a more positive way. I'm not saying it's like a cure or anything, but you'll grow from it. But there's really not much to say here. I'm gonna just leave it at that. No matter what happens in your life, understand it's a privilege. Your life is a privilege, and anything that happens, whether good or bad, the fact you're able to experience it is a blessing. And remember, and a lot of people forget nowadays that, and even I sometimes take him for granted, God is always in your life. Just let him in. That's all you have to do. Open up your heart to God and really let him take over. Like I said, even I, as much as I do talk about him sometimes in my videos or in my life in general to just people, even sometimes I kind of neglect him, and that's bad on my part. But even if you're in that situation, just like I am, open your heart up to him, even when you feel like you don't even want to talk. And I think that he will definitely help you. And even if, I mean, that's really all I have to say. But I hope this helps. I really do. No matter what your situation is, I know everybody goes through hard times all the time. So give yourself a chance to kind of just let go of that past and start bringing in the near future. You don't know what the future holds for you. So remember, it's a privilege that you're here. And as always, life is too short to make a change.